All right, so I'm working on this relief tile, kind of part two. I let the clay sit for a little while, but not too long. And really the focus here is that, whenever you're making something that is the subject of something that really truly exists, you may want to start in a representational fashion until you've made that thing enough times that it's part of your vocabulary. So here, because I'm making something that's an ear, even though I may choose to abstract it later, I'm going to start by looking at an ear, of course. Now, you want to try to connect your eyes with your hands. And so as you're kind of pushing this clay and pulling it back away, right? So maybe I'll be doing kind of like relief to high relief, but maybe mostly closer to relief. I'm not going to want to come off too much. I'm kind of working reductively by reduction, right? By taking some material away. But the great thing about clay is you can kind of push it to kind of make it pile up where you want to, right? So I can push the clay together and make it pile up where I want to, right? There's this high element here, and then this is an area where there's less clay. So trying to make all those things kind of happen by pushing the material around. And this is really nice to do when the clay is pretty supple. Almost like I need more height up here and more thickness. So I'm going to kind of almost keep drawing that clay toward that to give myself more material up here. And it's almost as if there's kind of an underhang here, right? Where this goes under, right? So thinking about that, and then this high mass kind of splits into two as it goes up. So, but that little Y right there is kind of back. So I'm kind of pulling clay in. Anyway, you can see there is a lot of looking and then acting, right? Now, if I just do a bunch of acting without looking, then I'm not really going to accomplish my goal of making this look somewhat like an ear. Again, you might say, well, I just want to make an abstract ear. Well, you won't really understand the ear until you've studied the ear a bit, and then that ear becomes part of your vocabulary. And remember, abstraction has to do with taking something that is known and changing it, right? And making it more about feeling or idea, right? I abstracted the ear to make it look like it was a sad ear or a frightened ear. Like, how would you do that? So I would say that would start with understanding an ear in the first place. So good place to start. I'm not really concerned about the border yet because I'm pushing stuff around a little bit. As I get a better idea about that, and I don't want other parts of clay that I could reuse to dry out, I could remove them. But I really won't cut this out until I'm totally kind of finished. In other words, I won't prescribe the parameters until I'm kind of done with this ear. All right, relief tiles. That was relief tile part 2.